So I gave a lecture to some amazing students yesterday. And whilst I was doing it, one of the things that struck me was about being judgmental and about the paradox of wanting a group to achieve something and the fact that you do influence a group as a facilitator, or else what's the point of you being there? But at the same time, me not wanting to put my influence onto the group. And I just became really aware that if I was to say, well, tell me more about this or tell me more about that, then I would be applying my judgment. But on the other hand, if I said, tell me what you think is important, this group of students who were a little bit nervous probably wouldn't respond to that prompt. So I was like, what do I do? You know?
You're heading into one of the paradoxes of facilitation. How do you affect the group without affecting the group too much? I feel this really strongly when I coach people. I use kata coaching, and I find it very, very hard, being an improvement practitioner myself, to not tell people, why don't you do this? Do this, do this, do this, rather than ask the questions that really prompts the thinking process for that person. And I find that same thing when I facilitate with a group. It's hard to do that.
But I think we have to. And we come back to this time and time again, but I think it enables the possibility that the group can surprise us and discover something new. And I think there are times when I need to feel like I need to lean into that. I can preface it by saying, I'm worried I'm putting my judgment onto this. Does anyone else think that this is important, or should we talk about something else? Maybe, or maybe couching it is just me being.
But I mean, we cannot take every judgment that we make out of the situation, because we do that all the time. It's part of kind of our cognitive system 1. It goes on all the time. So it's about what do we do to enhance the group's thinking. At the same time, I've been being facilitated by people who kind of, it becomes a bit annoying when all they do is just hold up the mirror and say, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So the facilitator is there to affect the group, but not impose judgment. I mean, there's a balance there that's hard.
So imagine you were like when you were starting out as a facilitator. What advice would you give yourself about this?
Why don't you tell me?
I don't know. I think I'd probably say, don't overthink it.
Yeah.
And
don't overthink. And sometimes if you step too far in the direction of kind of imposing our judgment, it might not be too dangerous anyway.